Hey guys, what's up? My name's Todd, and today we are playing a little bit of Crysis 2 on the map Wallstreet. And this particular game mode is called Crash Site. And for those of you who don't have Crysis 2, or you don't know what that means, basically if you play Call of Duty, you know the game mode called Headquarters, and essentially it's the same thing. An objective pops up on the map, and everybody has to race over to it and stay near it. And during that time, if you have more teammates than enemies in the area, then you gain points for it. And the team with the most points at the end of the time, or the team that scores 150 in this case, wins the game. So they don't actually give you any credit or any points or anything like that for getting kills. I mean, it keeps track of that stuff, but you don't like win the game for killing people. It's all about keeping a hold of a particular area. So here on my map, or on my HUD, I guess, you can see the indicator of like where the I guess pod is, the crash site. So essentially these like pods fall from the sky, and they're basically I don't know what you would call it, like you gather intel, I think, from it, is what the like lore or whatever you would call it behind the game is. But essentially all you do is stand near it, you get points, and the team with the most points wins. So I don't really know like tactics or strategy in this game. I'm okay as far as my fundamentals on first-person shooters, so I do well in that regard. But as far as, I know nothing about these maps. This is like I want to say this is the third day I own this game when I recorded this. And the next few videos that I put out are going to be from that period when I got the game. And I wanted to get a decent amount of like footage of, when I got the game, so I could see if I made any sort of improvements. And I have noticed some already, which is kind of cool to kind of look at. So this guy lost. I mean, he went cloak, and I'm just like, oh, where are you? I get really frazzled, or I got really frazzled when I first got this and somebody went cloak. I like freaked out, like I had no idea what to do, like how to deal with them or find them and whatnot. But essentially, now I kind of I got used to seeing armor and using stealth and seeing stealth. So I guess the more I'm subjected to it, rather, the more I got used to it and kind of can adapt. So once again, the pod blew up, the one that was over there. Now it's over here, and it's showing up red because that means that there are more bad guys near it. And I think it should show up like green or something like that when we have it. Or maybe it just stays gray, I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure it's gray when it's neutral, or like being contested. As in like there's you and some bad guys there. But I don't know, I still am trying to work out my strategy in this game as far as like learning the maps and how to approach people, because at this point in time when I recorded it, I used the modules, which in Call of Duty terms are perks. I used the modules Armor Enhance, Stealth Enhance, and Mobility Enhance. And in like dummy terms, those are basically like energy economics. They like reduce the cost and double duration on a lot of the abilities that you have. So I'm able to sprint longer and climb, and without blowing a ton of energy, use the jump ability and stuff like that. And I'm able to stay in armor longer, as in basically when you are armored, you get shot, you get a bunch depleted. But if you're just standing there with the armor mode up, it does drain it. But with the armor enhance, it just makes that duration longer. So like in between fights, if I'm trying to walk around in armor, that's me not using armor, as I just got completely dominated rounding that corner. And the same goes for the stealth enhance. Basically, as you're stealthed, I think the very first upgrade you get is you transition faster, and then as you level it up, as you upgrade it, it makes it to where you are stealthed longer, as in like it doesn't take up as much energy when you're just walking around and moving and stuff like that. And then I think one of the other ones, it might be the second one, that energy reduction thing might be the very last, now that I think about it. And forgive me if I'm totally citing incorrect, like, facts or whatever, but I'm pretty sure the first one is you transition faster, the second one is no shadow, and then the last one is the, like, reduction on energy. So I've kind of changed the way that I play now, to where I'm using, instead of the armor enhance, I'm using a thing called energy transfer, which kind of focuses even more on that whole, like, you know, using energy as like a priceless resource, because whenever you get a kill, you get half your energy back. And then, like, the second upgrade for that is you get 3/4, and then the last upgrade is you just get a full energy refill every time you kill a guy. So I'm using stealth a lot more with it, and I kind of like that because I basically can use the cloak, move around the map, and then when I get to a guy I can pop out, put on armor, kill him, and then refill my energy and just go stealth right away. And I actually had no idea that was, like, even remotely possible, but on Machinima there's a guy, Scotty Johnson, who is super hilarious. If you guys don't watch any of those on Machinima, you should at least check out his and see some of the stuff that he does. He plays with a friend, which a friend of mine and I have been talking about doing this for a billion years, where basically we sit and talk while we're playing, you know, like he's watching me play the game, and we just kind of give a glimpse as to, you know, how we would play when we're just hanging out. And they essentially do the same thing, and it's really, really entertaining. But the last time I watched one of their videos is on this. It was on Crysis, and they're like basically going through some of the different things. Actually, now that I think about that, this is kind of funny. Totally lying about all of that. The energy transfer thing is a totally another video, which is really hilarious. But that's awesome. Side note, Scotty Johnson's still sweet. But the last video I watched of them was playing Crysis. I forget what video I watched now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like I have Alzheimer's all of a sudden. I don't know, that's kind of weird. But here's the like orbital strike, and here's me getting completely dominated while looking at my radar. And that orbital strike is what you get for 5 kills, and it's essentially like a beam that comes down from the sky and then moves in a direction like I don't know how many feet, like maybe 25 yards or 20 yards or something like that, and then goes away. So like here's one right here, a red beam, you see the glow. It was like moving toward me. Luckily I jumped over and ninja'd that guy in the process, with some highlight reel quality shooting. But in a second I'll make sure and humble myself with dying, as always. But yeah, the orbital strike is kind of cool, and the way that they do kill streaks in this game is like, depending on what map you're on is what kill streaks you get. You don't get to set those beforehand, and I totally was under the assumption that, like, I'd be like, yeah, I want to get radar, and then I want to get that orbital strike, and then that airship thing that flies around and shoots people. You know, like, that seems really good. Well, it's totally not how it works. Like, basically whatever map you're on is what abilities you get. That guy is my hero. He totally saved me, in case you didn't see that. I was standing out in the street, like, reloading, like, I don't know, like it's my 3rd day playing, basically. But essentially the change on the kill streaks is kind of cool, actually. At first I was kind of like, oh, that's lame, you know, I wanted some diversity. But the way that they developed the game is like, it's like each map is intended to have a specific feel almost, and they cater to that with the kill streaks, which is kind of cool, you know. So some of the maps are like a little more indoorsy, if that's even a word. But basically, like, you know, an airstrike or a Ceph like ship, whatever they're called, the gunships, wouldn't be as good on those maps. So instead of like the airstrikes and stuff, you get like it's called maximum armor, or like maximum nano suit, or I don't know what it's called. But basically you turn into Superman, and like you have full energy all the time, and you're just like beastly. It's super duper good. I think it might even give you like a flat damage reduction too, which is badass. But so those maps end up getting like the I guess more like buff kill streaks, like radar jammer and then the nano suit thing. So it's like less killing things rewards. And if you have no idea how to get those, like, or if you've never played or whatever, whenever you kill those the bad guys, they drop the little dog tags, and you have to actually run up to their body and walk over it, which is kind of a cool dynamic. When I very first heard about this game, see, there's one right there. I just picked that up, and then when I kill this guy, you see the little beam of light, and then the little noise it makes. That's you know, recognition that you got the little dog tag. But there is a module that actually lets you just automatically pick those up, which is kind of cool. It's called Retriever. But yeah, that's the game, boys and girls. I actually went to time. I didn't even really get a real win, but hopefully you guys enjoyed watching. I really appreciate it, and take it easy, guys.